What's up, everybody? Caleb Wagner, aka Wags My Tag, coming back strong inside your eye. And today I'm talking about how one mistake can change your entire life. That's right, James Harden is a absolute fool. Because why would you ever go against Little B the Basegod? That's right. If you guys haven't already heard about this story, it just happened. It just came to fruition. The prophecy has been fulfilled. Because James Harden's an idiot. If you guys don't know who James Harden is, he's a player for the Houston Rockets, right? And he, I think, really is the MVP because, you know, Steph Curry, he's the man. And he's absolutely tore it up and down the floor, and he is the man who is still standing, you know. But James Harden has Dwight Howard. I mean, who's on James Harden's team? He's been single-handedly destroying teams, and he got himself to the Western Conference Finals. And it's absolutely so stupid the reason he got eliminated, because James Harden, you know, he's been doing so well, he's been in the celebratory, you know, mind state. He decides to start doing a little cooking dance, right? You know, like he's acting like he's eating because he's hungry or something, right? Well, immediately when I saw this, I was watching the game with my dad, and I was saying, oh yeah, that's the wonton soup, man. That's Little B. And of course, a generation doesn't even know about Little B, but Little B is, you know, internet kingpin. I'm telling you, he's taken over the game, and he created this dance years ago. And James Harden, a professional basketball player, is trying to say that's not his dance. You know, he's trying to act like, no, that's my thing, where I eat after I make shots. And immediately I would pull his card on it. I would say, hey man, that's Little B's like niche. You know what I'm saying? You take it for what it will. You're an NBA player. If you did some kind of dribble move and Lil B did it, I would say, yeah, James Harden probably made that up. But you were doing a swag dance, and that is literally what rappers are paid to do. They're professional swagsters, you know? And Lil B is an example of that. He came up with his dance, and then James Harden says, no, I'm not giving him any credit. He has nothing to do with what I do. And that is just straight player hating, because like it or not, Lil B has made that dance famous and widely accepted before you start trying to profiteer off of it. So Lil B, he's been known to use his mystical, like, positivity powers and just drop people. You know, a perfect example would be Kevin Durant. You think James Harden would understand that messing with Lil B is not anything that you want to do. I mean, he was right there when Kevin Durant got cursed. You know, Kevin Durant got cursed by Lil B because Kevin said, no, I don't mess with Lil B's music. And Lil B, like it for what you will, you know, I'm saying, he just bumps out positivity, right? And it's hard to hate on positivity. It's kind of impossible, and it's a winning standpoint, you know, because as long as he stays positive and just wants to better the world, how can you really hate on that unless you're just a hater, like by birth, you know? So Lil B's kind of infallible in the situation. You know, people can hate his music, but he has the right platform to stand on, and he's using it very well. And Kevin Durant, a perfect example. He's cursed. He arguably is one of the greatest players on the planet that has ever lived. You know what I'm saying? He is a bad man by all definition. You know, he's a hard worker. You know, he kind of really is the real MVP, even though he wasn't in the finals. But we never are going to get to see him win because he went against Lil B. And, like, you can't go against the Basegod because why would you go against the positivity? The reason he's at the top of the mountaintops is because of his positivity. Why would you hate on him now? Because that is only going to make yourself look ridiculous. And James Harden fed right into it. So Lil B puts the curse on him, and he says you will not win until further notice. And guess what? Further notice hasn't came. James Harden single-handedly lost the game last night. You know, he might have won all the games to get them to this point, but his turnovers, he single-handedly was the weak link on his team, and it's never been like that throughout the season, you know? It's always his team that's so weak. It's always the other people that have to lean on Harden. And on this game, Harden lost that skill that he normally puts out there. It was kind of like a Space Jam moment where little aliens steal the power. Lil B was taking away James Harden's power. Like, watch the film, and literally it's just the worst things that could happen to Harden over and over again. It's just, he was off beat. He was off kilter. He was cursed by the Basegod. It's a crazy story, guys, and a lot of people choose not to believe it, but guess what? Kevin Durant chose not to believe it, and he doesn't have a ring. And then we have James Harden. He chose not to believe it, and now he's out of the playoffs. Fast forward, you look at LeBron James and the rest of his team. They're in the Cavaliers locker room. They're cooking up a storm, right? And they gave Little B credit. That's the bad part. That's the crazy part. But they're giving Little B credit. You know, LeBron James is giving Little B credit. And that's going to help their case, I guess, in the whole situation. But Little B's pulling for Steph Curry, so Steph Curry's on a whole different level of based. It's going to be really interesting to see how it goes forward. And it's going to be interesting to see, now we have James Harden, who's cursed, and Kevin Durant, who's cursed. So eventually Little B is just going to be able to pick who wins and who loses, apparently. And like it for what you will, positivity is an awesome platform. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, I thought I'd make this video, talk a little bit about the situations going on. And again, shouts out to the Basegod. Don't curse me. Stay positive. Stay based. And I want you guys to be focused on the future. I want you guys to stay with the future in mind. You know, don't give up, because better days will come. So let's stay positive, guys. Let's keep working hard. Let's not mess with the Basegod. Let's not get cursed. Let's move to the future. Twitch.tv/wagsmytag. Boosh! That's how we do it.